Are you ready to step into the most unforgettable hour of your life? Good, cause you are getting ready to experience the captivating, inspirational, timeless Dr. Claudreen Jackson.
Join us this season for unforgettable guests, unforgettable stories, and unforgettable moments. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this power-packed hour.
Hello, hello, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Claudreen Jackson Show. It's a privilege and an honor for you to spend time with me. And on the Claudreen Jackson Show, we'd like to introduce you to remarkable, exceptional people who are in the community doing important things. So I have just such a guest today that I'll introduce you to. But we're going to start with a prayer. This is a poem. I write poetry. I did not write this poem. It was in the Guidepost publications. But it's a poem that has sustained me through the years. And it's called God Is. God is my help in every need. God does my every hunger feed. God walks beside me, guides my way through every moment of the day. God is my health. I can't be sick. God is my strength, unfailing, quick. God is my all, I know no fear, since God and love and truth are here. I now am wise, I now am true, patient, kind, and loving too. All things I am can do and be through Christ, the truth that is in me. Amen. I said we introduce you to exceptional, remarkable people who are accomplishing things in the community. So my guest today is an entrepreneur, a business owner, and a pastor. So Al, can you tell us a little something about yourself? And thank you for agreeing to be on the show.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson. My name is Al Bartel. I'm the pastor of Clinton Street, Greater Bethlehem Temple. And I am also an entrepreneur. And what motivates me is helping others.
Yes.
It's helping others. That's I think that's my calling. And I'm a people person. So things just happen so generic for me. I own 6 stores, thank God. 3 on the Avenue of Fashion, 5 on the Avenue of Fashion on Illinois, and then 1 on the east side of Mac.
Can you tell us the name of your store?
The name of the store is Times Square Custom Clothing.
Oh, that's all right.
Yes, Suits for Less.
Yes.
Then I have a hat store, the Mad Hatter.
Okay.
The Shoe Box, and the Red Door. Those all are located on Illinois.
Okay.
And then I have one of them on Mac and Cadju's called 42nd Street.
All right.
Yeah. And I'm the pastor of Clinton Street, Greater Bethlehem Temple. Our church is 103 years old.
Wow.
Yes, 103 years old. Our founder was Bishop Samuel Hancock. That started it in 1921.
Wow.
Yes, 1921. We used to be over on Black Bottom, on Detroit's east side of where the court is. And very historic church. He had back 100 years ago.
Yes.
School for girls.
Oh.
Boys home.
Right.
And he had a major congregation, about 3,500.
Wow.
In 1921.
Oh, wow.
So when the renewal came for the renovation, we had the hole dug in the ground.
Yes.
The platform to build a church, and then they came and we moved up on West Chicago in 1960.
Can you tell us how you got started in the fashion industry?
The fashion industry is a very unique story. So I was in church, and then one of my buddies who I used to shop with, he said, "Man, can you sell a suit?" I'm like, "I've sold many clothes." And I started selling clothes out of the back of my car.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I had a raggedy
What
van.
an inspiration.
Yeah, this is a deep story.
Yes.
So I began to sell clothes out of the back of my car.
Yes.
And I went to churches, I went to salons, barber shops,
okay.
and everybody I met, hey man, I'm selling clothes, blah blah blah, So I can remember one day it was raining and the van was kind of raggedy, and I had to move the merchandise over so the clothes wouldn't get wet.
Oh my goodness.
And then I'm riding with my wife, and then she say, how the kids are getting out? I said, well, we gotta hold on. If you stick with me, the Lord gonna bless. And he did. I opened up my first store in Oak Park. No, I had an office.
Yes.
And it's meager. It's very humble beginnings because it's coming.
Well, that's why it's such an inspiration.
Yes. I had an office. It had to be 10 by 12.
Wow.
And I had a desk. I had a rack of clothes. When the guys used to come in the office, they used to have to go down the hall to change. That's the best that I could do. But it worked. And it worked.
Didn't it?
Yes, it worked. The Lord kept on blessing.
And evidently you were on the right path.
Yes.
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 What do you think is the significance of entrepreneurship, especially in the fashion industry, which I am very interested in the fashion industry. At one point, I did a little modeling, but not extensively.
Okay.
But I'm very fashion interested.
Okay.
So.
And I got my fashion sense, and this is another story. I got my fashion sense from my brothers.
Okay.
I'm from a family of 14.
Wow.
Yes, 14.
Where do you fit in that group?
I'm number 12.
Oh.
I'm number 12.
Your poor mother was so tired by the time you came along.
Yeah, I was I'm number 12. And it's ironic, my older brother were dressers. And so we wore a lot of hand-me-downs.
Yes.
Big family.
Yes.
Don't have much money.
Yes.
Dad worked at Ford. Mom was a homemaker.
Yes.
So my older brother was very fashionable. So when they grew out of their stuff, they handed it down. So I wore hand-me-downs. So that's how it started. I got my love for fashion.
Wow.
My older brother. So I have a picture with my brother who could really dress. He's in my store now. He's amazing dresser. He taught me how to dress. But one lesson that I got from my dad, about 14, and this never left me. I tell my children as I say, listen, I say, Dad, can I have some money? He said, it's in the garage. I said, what do you mean it's in the garage? He said, rake or that shovel, you take your pick. And I went and did that, and I've been eating ever since.
All right.
Yes, I started early, raking grass, or raking leaves, cutting grass, doing whatever I had to do. Because when you're from a big family.
Yes.
And so those are lessons that I took in. So through the hand-me-downs and then me loving fashion, then it just happened. Very, very fortunate.
Yes.
And I make custom clothing for some of the leading pastors in Detroit.
All right.
Bishop J. Drew Sheard. I know he wouldn't mind me mentioning his name. That's
my son used to be a deacon at Pastor Sheard's church.
Yes.
Yep.
Bishop Edgar Van, Bishop Charles Ellis.
All right.
Warren Evans is my guy.
Yes.
Chief Craig is my guy. Chief White.
All right.
So I have a myriad of customers.
Beautiful.
That entrust their fashion sense to me.
Beautiful.
And, through the grace of God, I'm able to do things.
My husband was an entertainer, and he talked about the man's hookup.
Right.
He said, well, that man, he's got a good hookup. And
right.
He needs a little help. So you're probably the person that gives them some help.
Yes. I'm giving them help.
Give them help with their hookup.
With their hookup, yeah. So
yes.
that's what I do. And fashion is fun.
Yes,
it's not a job when you love what you do.
Well, now in my 80s, I wear clothes that make me feel good.
Right.
Not what the trend is or what they say you have to wear, what fashion is and all those.
Right.
Now I wear something that will make me feel good.
Exactly.
And I've been shopping all my life, so I have
right, you got plenty of clothes, yeah.
Yes.
But fashion is fun.
Fashion is fun, and like I said, sometimes clothes can make you feel good.
Yes, first impression is the lasting impression.
Yes.
It's not the end all and be all, but you look good, you feel good, you perform good, and it's nice to be presentable.
Yes.
Nice to be presentable.
Now, you told us about some of the challenges that you faced when you started your business, but what was it that made you keep going?
The grace of God.
Oh,
The grace of God.
hallelujah.
The grace of God.
Hallelujah.
Because a lot of my
Hallelujah.
customers were church members.
Yes.
And then I was just persistent. I had a family.
Yes.
I didn't like what I was doing. I worked at a subsidiary of General Motors. I worked at a plant.
Yes.
So, but the liberty,
Oh, yes.
the liberty was what I pursued. The liberty of making my own hours, being my own boss, going to church when I want to go.
Absolutely.
You know, so that kind of pushed me into the right direction. So I went in that direction, and it's gratifying.
Yes.
It's very
I'm
gratifying.
sure that
But
it
the key thing is what I really tell people the most I love about my job. I put food on other people's table.
Don't you?
I have 19 employees.
Oh.
And I'm able to write a check,
And yes.
pray, Lord, let it
Bless
clear.
you. Yes, yes.
So that's
I
what's-
remember those
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's what's gratifying.
And you're sending people out in the world
Yes,
looking good.
looking good, and you're feeding families, and
And
people
like
are
I
raising
said, some
families, yeah.
clothes make you feel better.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So this has been 30 plus years of this, and it's been amazing. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. Now, as a pastor, how do you balance your spiritual responsibilities with your fashion
Now,
responsibilities?
that's another thing. So when our former pastor died, and I wasn't looking for this, I've been a member of our church for 38 years.
Yes.
Laid on the altar there as a baby, Sunday school teacher, elder, ordained evangelist. I was doing those things.
Yes.
And I have good managers. I have good managers.
Okay, yes,
So
yes.
they was like, how you gonna be able to? Well, I'm gonna take care of this. Let me handle that. 'Cause
Yes.
I have my sister, which is my right hand. I have nephews. I have 6 stores. I have 6 good managers that manage it. So it's like I go when I want to go.
Okay.
I was always off on Monday, Tuesday. Those are my days that I just relax. So
Because we need those days.
Oh yeah, you have to cut the phone off. You have to cut the phone off. And
So
just
has your
quiet time.
faith influenced your approach to business? I'm sure that
Oh,
it
yes.
has.
It's
because
always-
I'm sure that you're an honest
Yes,
businessman.
yes, that's honest, and integrity counts, because I don't want nothing that belongs to me.
Right.
Whatever God got, He got it for me. He don't have it for you, He have it for me. And whatever you
Absolutely.
have for you, He have it for you and not for me.
Absolutely.
So I trust Him wholeheartedly. But that's it. I have good managers.
Yes.
And and we talked about me moving back to the city.
Yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Well, Detroit is lucky to have you moving back.
I'm
Bless
glad
you.
to be back, because like I'm 4 minutes from my stores, and I'm 12 minutes from my church. Yeah,
That,
12 minutes to the church. So that's a blessing.
and I'm interested in fashion, and I'm interested in the Bible. There are many scriptures that have been fulfilled in my life that I try to share with people on my show, but I thought maybe I was a little too fancy. But then I read the whole chapter of Exodus.
Okay.
And God is not upset with fancy. In fact, He was telling the people in the temple what color robes to wear, and
Right.
and crowns with jewels in it. And
Right.
I said, well, God's not mad at me for dressing up, but I think God wants us to look good.
We want us to look our best, but I believe dress your personality.
Yes.
Dress your personality.
Yes.
I'm an
Yes.
outgoing person.
Yes.
But with the position I have as a pastor, I try to stay a little muted.
Yes.
Like in the summer, I can wear something like this.
Yes.
I couldn't wear this in the winter.
Right,
So
right.
your seasons is important, how to dress.
Right.
And and my take on it, you don't want them to know you by your clothes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You wear the clothes, don't let the clothes wear you.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
what you
you.
do.
Thank
you
you.
wear the clothes, don't let the clothes wear you.
And I'm sure with all the pastors coming to you that you have them well fitted
Right.
and looking good.
And every pastor
and
have
it
a-
gives them confidence.
Yes, every pastor have a different personality.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Every person have a different personality.
Yes.
Just imagine this, Sister Jackson. It's 9 billion people upon the face of the earth right now. 9 billion.
Whoa.
Since the earth began. Let's think about this. I'm
Yes.
about to
Yes.
Drop something heavier.
Okay.
9 billion people. Those that are deceased from the beginning of time.
Yes.
But when God said, let that be to this present. You don't know how many billion that is. not one person have the same fingerprint.
Absolutely. Isn't that
Think
amazing?
about that.
Isn't
Not
that
twins,
amazing? Isn't
not
that
triplets.
amazing? Yes.
That's how awesome our God is,
our
right?
God
so
is.
everybody have a different personality.
Yes.
So dress your personality.
Yes.
But you wear the clothes, don't let the clothes wear you. God's not, he's a beautiful
and
God.
that's another something that you're sharing with your customers.
Yes.
So they'll
Yes.
keep coming back.
Yes.
Well, it's time for me to take a short break. So stick and stay and don't go away, and we'll be right back with my exceptional guests.
Are you ready to tell your autism story, one of love, resilience, and the unique journey of raising a child on the spectrum? Then we invite you to be part of something extraordinary, a powerful anthology that gives voice to the experiences of parents just like you. Your story matters. Your words can inspire, uplift, and connect with families navigating similar paths. Whether it's a moment of triumph, a lesson learned, or the everyday beauty of your child's world, we want to hear it. This anthology package includes 15 dedicated pages, writer's workshop, writer support, virtual book release, video commercial, press release, social flyers, global distribution in 50,000 stores worldwide, and the best part is the cost is only $100. Submit your interest today on our website and become part of this incredible anthology.
We're back. Thank you so much for sticking around. I want to thank the people who have donated to the Purvis Jackson Jr. Autism Foundation. And for the people who've made a donation, we wrote you a poem. If you make a donation to the Purvis Foundation, whether it be large or small, we pray that God's love comes down to you from above, because you are the best people of all. If you make a donation to the Purvis Foundation, you're helping handicapped children in need. So you can be proud of yourself because you have already done a good deed. A donation to the foundation will help the situation. Because we can't do everything doesn't mean we can't do something. So a donation to the foundation will help the situation. Handicapped children can get help from me and you because we will do what we can do. And if you want to make a donation to the Purvis Foundation, we greatly appreciate you. You can find us at our P.O. Box 04422. That's P.O. Box 04422, Detroit, Michigan 48204. If you want to send a check, you can also go to purvisjackson.org and you can give there. Thank you everyone who has donated. And if you wanted to donate and couldn't, I understand. I have been in that situation too. So let me get back to my wonderful guest, who is an entrepreneur, owning stores. And when I was younger, I probably would have been in and out of those stores all the time. Do you deal with the trends?
I deal with some trends, but
yes,
I'm more try to advocate timeless.
yes,
You know, fashion evolves.
Yes,
Every
yes.
generation, every 10 years probably. If you look back, I think that the greatest era of fashion were like the 40s and the 50s.
oh yes, yes.
Classics, you know.
Yes, yes,
The double-breasted suit for a man was always classic. The Cary Grants, the Humphrey Bogarts,
Yes, yes.
and the James Cagney's. They wore the double-breasted suit, and even the silly guys, the Three Stooges. You have to look. You have to look back at fashion now.
Wow.
I'm talking about men's fashion.
Yes.
So they always wore the double-breasted. We call it the 6-on-2.
And see, I never even realized
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but look at the Three Stooges.
Okay.
Oh,
You're funny
then
enough.
even when they was in their casual, they had the knickers and with the argyle socks.
Yes.
They always were fashion forward. So if you fast forward from the 40s and the 50s, you go to the 60s. In the 70s, you get more casual things.
Yeah.
The Banacheks and the Mannixes, the suits were different.
Yes.
And then you go to the 80s, you have the, I don't know if you remember, it was a movie called The American Gigolo. It was a movie
I
with
remember
Richard
the
Gere.
movie.
It was a movie like that.
Yes.
And it was like the shoulders on the double-breasted, instead of the 2x6, it was a 1x6, but it never worked.
Oh.
In the 80s, the double-breasted suit never worked because it left too much gap. There was only one with 6 buttons, and it never did work because it left too much
And
gap.
see, that's something my
Yeah,
husband would have thought of.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it left too much gap, so that really never worked. Classic 2-button for men,
Yes.
it's timeless.
Were you around in the bell-bottom pants
Yes,
era?
yes. I was around in the bell-bottom pants era. Yes, that was the 70s, and yeah, that was around there. But and then when men's fashions and went from 3-button to 4-button suits, they were kind of longer,
Yes.
and that's have a 3-year run, a 4-year run. Then that's dated.
Wow.
Right. But the classic, the 2-button, the 1-button single-breasted, timeless. You can go back to generations.
Now,
And then
when the people come in your store and get their suits, do you give them the hookup with the shirt and the tie? And
yeah, we
so
do.
you
we
do the whole hookup.
We do custom. I forgot. I didn't notice. I don't know if I can see this on the camera. We do signatures on the shirt.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Some guys do their signature. Some guys do initials. It's a custom shirt, and then the suit we do the linings, different things like that. But fashion is fun.
Yes,
And,
yes,
but,
it is.
But the more risque things get a shorter lifestyle.
As well they should.
Yeah, the more risque things get a shorter lifestyle. But the classics, they're timeless.
Yes.
They're timeless.
Yes.
Because you can just think back, if you go back and look at the 40s and the 50s, and then started changing around the 60s.
Yes.
But what has been done is still always be, so we always go back to the timeless, to the classics.
Now, I've been hearing the Bartel name around the city for years.
Yes.
But you weren't the Bartel I was hearing about.
You was hearing about my baby brother.
Okay.
Rufus.
Okay.
And Rufus is the baby. Now, in all of our stores, in my house and in one of my stores, we have a big portrait of the whole family.
Wow.
And it's 14 kids, right?
Wow.
But if you look, and Rufus, he probably get mad at me telling this, but he'll be all right. My mom and dad thought they were done. So we took a picture. It was 13 of us, my mother and father. I'm sitting on my father's lap.
Right.
And my sister, which is my manager of my store, she's sitting on my mother's lap.
Okay.
So I tell everybody I would fire, but she's sitting on my mother's lap. I can't get rid of her. Right? So it's 13. So we take a big grand portrait.
Yes.
6 months later, mom found out she's pregnant.
Uh-oh.
Rufus comes along.
Pictures already
So
here.
pictures already here. So they had to add up an addition of the pictures of the portrait. And so he's there in the
Oh,
portrait.
they did add?
Yeah, they out of the original portrait,
Yes.
out of the frame, they just added a picture of him right there in the original portrait. So
Wow.
he became,
'Cause
14.
I have 9 grandchildren.
Okay.
So we have pictures with maybe 5 grandchildren or 6 grandchildren.
Okay.
And so far, no one has ever been upset that they're not in the picture, but you've given
Right.
me the answer
Yes,
to what
yes.
to do should
Yeah,
someone
just
get
put
upset.
put that in the picture. Yeah, but he's an amazing entrepreneur. He was he had the privilege to do something that I didn't do. He went to college and graduated.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I was out there doing things I had no business doing, but the Lord saved me,
Yes.
and by His grace, He changed me.
And you have been an example and a role model
Yes.
to many, many.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the store that he has, I gave him that store. Oh yeah. He'll tell you.
All
Simply
right.
Casual was my store.
Simply Casual.
Yes,
Okay.
that was my store.
Yes.
That was my store.
Now
'Cause
I have purchased things from Simply Casual.
Oh yeah, that
Yes.
was my store. I gave it to Rufus because when I was doing men's
that was a
clothing.
nice brotherly thing
Right.
to do.
And so then I said, listen, man, I'm going to open up on the east side, and then I'm going to let you have this store.
Wow.
So it used to be originally it was on 7 Mile and Littlefield, and then he moved it to Wyoming and 7 Mile, and now it's on the Avenue of Fashion. He's doing a great job. He took it higher.
Now, you named your stores, and you named about fashion for men. Do you have any women's fashions?
I know I used to have Rufus does that. I used to have a ladies' shoe store. It was a
Okay.
lady red door shoe store, but now it's just a red door men's store.
Okay.
And, yeah, but you know, our family is very entrepreneurial. My father and my mother, and I would always think how of us, because I don't know if you heard of Cuzzo's Chicken and Waffles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's our family.
Good.
That's my nephew.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
Petty Cash, and he's about to open up another restaurant.
And
so
Petty Cash was one of your family
that's
members
my
also?
nephew too. That's my nephews as well. So he's about to open
Well,
another
I
store.
bless you all for all the businesses on Livernois, because years ago, it was when I first came to
Yes.
Detroit back in the 50s and
Yes,
60s,
it was-
the
it was
Avenue
the
of Fashion,
fashion.
and it was thriving.
It was thriving.
And so I thank you so much
Yes.
for helping
bringing it back.
revive.
Yes, because you had Jacobs. No, was that Jacobson? What was it?
B. Siegel's.
B. Siegel's right on the corner.
Yep.
You had
For my
Himalocks.
husband. Yes.
You had Jack's Place.
Yes.
You had some very heavy names on the Avenue of Fashion.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Very heavy names on the Avenue
Yes.
of Fashion. Matter of fact, you have Billy's Clothing. Matter of fact, I have that business down. That's
Marty
suits for less.
First shoes.
Marty First
I
shoes,
remember
yeah.
when I couldn't afford them, and then when I could afford a pair of Marty First shoes, I said, "Oh, I've moved up in the world."
Yep. So Avenue Fashion was a destination spot. So that's just a testament of what's happening in the city.
Yes.
Detroit, I believe Detroit have next, because Detroit right now, to me, it's like the hottest city in America. Yes, look at what's going on. So you from that golden area of Motown.
Yes.
Now what they're doing over there, they're putting $3 billion over there in that West Grand Boulevard area. And Motown, they're going in close it, so you can go in the winter. And I'm sure your husband is in Motown.
I was going to say.
Yes.
They just got inducted into the Motown Museum last year.
Okay.
May of 2023.
Okay.
They became part of the Motown Museum. So they'll be in the new museum.
Right.
Robin Terry, who is one of the Gordys, she's a niece to one of the Gordys who runs
The museum.
Yes.
Okay.
She said we're bringing the spinners back home.
Okay.
Because it had always been kind of the spinners were not included in a
Right,
lot of
not the
Motown
stuff
stuff.
thing, right.
Because the spinners they had some hits at Motown, but their biggest hits that earned their money were with Atlantic.
Right.
So the spinners always felt kind of left out at Motown.
Right.
So they brought the spinners back
home in Detroit.
And most of them had passed away. There was one original spinner living here.
So the point I was making, that money's going there. They put $1 billion in the train station. You had the NFL draft, 275,000 people downtown without one incident.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's amazing. That's amazing. So Detroit, I think we have next. We really have next.
And you know, we've voted the best riverfront.
Yeah. Yes, in the country.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't
So
that
yeah,
amazing?
Detroit is.
Yes.
Everybody goes through highs and lows. Life is highs, ups and downs. So I think it's our turn now.
You have any advice that you would like to give to other people that are starting business, because
Follow their
you
dreams.
kept going.
Yes, follow their dreams. When you're down, just get up and just keep going. Don't take no for an answer. And that's what I'm persistent. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So it was this guy. I would call. This is how I got my business. I would call. Hey man, I got some new stuff in. Hey man, I got some new stuff in. I'm sitting here. I'm not doing anything. We don't have any customers. Hey, I got some new stuff in. This one guy named my ex-partner teased me all the time. Man, if you call me one more time, man. Do you know that guy came in and spent like $4,000?
Oh, wow.
By me being persistent.
But you had something that he wanted.
I had something
and
that he wanted.
Yes.
So you got to be persistent. Don't take no for an answer. Do what's right. And we led by God.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
We led by God. If you do what God say do, You know, you can't be defeated.
Now, when you're talking to an interesting person, the time goes so fast. Would you
Right.
believe our time is just about up?
Oh, wow.
But
that's
I
amazing.
thank you so much
I
for taking time out of your busy day to come in and be a guest on the Claudreen Jackson
appreciate
Show.
this. I appreciate this. And I need that address for your foundation.
Okay. So it's time for me to go. May the power of God protect you. May the love of God enfold you. And I'll see you next time on the Claudreen Jackson Show.